When I think of butterfly, it evokes within me feelings of beauty, of transformation. But it turns out not all butterflies are the same. In my search, I found an answer to a question I've asked myself. What if the flutter of its wings hides a story far more complex, far more unsettling? I found stories seemingly unconnected that are rather in fact bound by common threads, stories that speak to our remarkable capacity for both creation and destruction. This is 2CB butterfly, named so because of its two rings that resemble wings. To understand 2CB butterfly, we first need to go back to the 70s. Alexander Shogin, a brilliant chemist who, along with his wife Anne, explored and documented a vast number of psychoactive compounds. Later, the two of them wrote two autobiographical works, Bical and Tikal, short for phenylethylamines I have known and loved, and tryptamines I have known and loved. They served as a sort of Bible for a new wave of underground chemists and curious individuals. Following Shulgin's lead, a new subculture of amateur and professional chemists began synthesizing novel compounds, creating substances that were not yet illegal, as drug laws are often written to prohibit specific molecular structure. This is where 2CB butterfly's story truly begins. 2CB fly was first synthesized in 1996 by Aaron Monti, a chemistry professor. Monti's work wasn't recreational, it was a pure scientific pursuit, a study in how new molecular structures could bind to serotonin receptors. He published his work in scientific literature, and the unique butterfly structure was meant to be a tool for understanding brain chemistry. But the internet was changing everything. The recipes and scientific data from Monti's paper, as well as from Shulgin's work, began to circulate online. The rise of the internet made it easy to sell and distribute these unscheduled compounds, often marketed as research chemicals or for laboratory use only to bypass legal scrutiny. 2CB fly became a part of this cat and mouse game. It was just one of many new psychoactive substances that would appear, gain a following, and then get banned, only to be replaced by another slightly different compound. In 2009, two individuals died and several others were hospitalized after what was believed to be a massive overdose of 2CB fly, but a subsequent investigation found that the substance sold as 2CB fly was in fact Bromo-DragonFLY, an even more potent and dangerous compound. In this unregulated market, there is no quality control, no standard dosage, and no way to know if what you bought was what you truly received. But the butterfly has haunted human experience long before modern psychedelics. A century ago, in factories named houses of butterflies, and you would know why in a minute. These factories synthesized tetraethyl gasoline, leaded gasoline. Workers in these factories were exposed to dangerous levels of lead. The lead poisoning caused severe neurological and psychological symptoms and terrifying hallucinations of insects, of butterflies.
They would see them in the air, on the walls and on their clothes. They would try to brush them away, even though they weren't there.
A dark, chemically induced madness leading to violent insanity. In front of a room full of journalists, Thomas Midgley, the very man who discovered leaded gasoline, stood, poured the liquid over his hands, and then blazed the bottle under his nose and inhaled its vapor for a full minute, bragging about how safe it was. Quote, "I could do this every day without getting any health problems whatsoever," even though it was clear factory workers were dying from exposure to the chemical. Ironically, within a few months, he himself had contracted severe lead poisoning and had to take an extended leave of absence to recover. Ever heard of the butterfly effect? The idea that a flap of a butterfly's wings in some place could potentially set off a tornado in another. Well, In this digital age of ours, online platforms are but a mere resemblance of the butterfly effect. An ill-advised idea can go viral globally with unprecedented speed, leading to immediate and devastating real-world harm. In early 2025, a 14-year-old boy injected himself with crushed butterfly remains. A few days later, he died from septic shock. The motive? Unconfirmed, but it was speculated that he may have been influenced by an online challenge. Am I a man dreaming I was a butterfly?
Or a butterfly dreaming I'm a man?
The line between reality and illusion, beauty and danger, is often as delicate as a butterfly's wings. Every scientific discovery or industrial innovation, no matter how small or well-intentioned, carries the potential for vast, unpredictable, and sometimes devastating societal consequences.